Hello everyone, Equipment War here, and welcome to a gameplay commentary. And today I'm going to do a little bit something a little bit different. I am not going to play a melee build, so no crit blade flurry and no dual wield, and no melee at all. I actually going to play a bow build, and some in the comments asked me if I could try to make an ice shot build. So I did my best to come up with this character, and keep in mind this is not optimized yet. I need to figure out some more things. I need to change up the gear a little bit. And I definitely need more life, and I need some frenzy charges in the passive skill tree. But it actually is doing some damage, almost 40k damage. I don't know if that is good or not for a ice shot build. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'm going to show the gear and the skill gems and all that in the end of the video. And I'm going to try it out in this really simple malformation map here. It's a decent level of a map. It's a tier 10 map. Well, it's not a tier 60 map or anything like that. But I am not that high level. I am only 82, so... Well, it's just a proof of concept, and still, as I said before, I need to figure out some more things. And by the way, the damage goes up to 60,000. If I pop my flask, 71,000 damage. Now, that's quite nice in my opinion, but... Well, I know some maybe going to consider that extremely weak, which maybe is. I have never made a build like this, but I want to say one thing about Ice Shot. Ice Shot is one of the two bow skills in the game that I actually really like. Because the other skill are Lightning Arrow, and the reason I like both Lightning Arrow and this skill, it feels like it has some weight behind it. Can be because I'm using Screen Shake, and yes, I like Screen Shake, and yes, I am not taking it away because I want to feel the the weight of something when I hit it very hard. So I'm not taking Screen Shake away. I like it. If you guys not hating it, I have Screen Shake, I will not taking it away. I like it. And by the way, today I'm actually playing with lockstep. So if you see my character like lagging or something, every time I get spiked here, I will get a lag. But I'm playing it just to see, so you guys can see the difference for me. And it doesn't matter how I play. It doesn't matter how I play Path of Exile, because my connection is so bad that it will always lag doing something like that. And I have died so many countless times because of lag. Especially in the labyrinth, when you... Oh, I'm not standing in that trap. And then you just get teleported back to the trap and died. But that is how it is for me when I'm playing, so you just have to live with it for now. But maybe someday, this year, maybe, just a maybe, we will get some better internet connection. Which, hopefully... Hopefully, will fix my connection. It's, well, sorry if I got interrupted there. Someone didn't know I was recording, so I'm sorry for that. But, back to the skill again. Well, I really like Ice Arrow, as I said before. It feels like they're having weight behind it when I hit something. Yes, things just explode, and I like the impact hits. I like when it impacts, you can see that cool cone of ice in front of it. It actually looks pretty nice. And by the way, yes, I actually have Burning Arrow. Yes, because I like to switch things up sometimes. And if I really want to do a hard ignite on something to stop them from getting his energy shield back, well, I'm doing fire damage with my Ice Shot because of reasons. I'm gonna explain later how I can do that. And I also go to show my skill tree because, well, this is not a build guide. And I'm very happy to hear your opinion, and I'm even more happy if you have any suggestion for improvement I can do, because I'm a melee player mostly. I'm doing some bow builds, but it's not often because my thing is melee. But that doesn't mean I don't want to play bow builds, and I kind of like them. Well, this skill and Lightning Arrow. It's actually doing some good damage. But again, if you know a lot of this skill, please tell me in the comments what you think about my damage. You're probably going to think it's horrible low and my build just sucks. Well, alright then. It's okay. Here we have the boss on this map, which actually If you just take it easy, this boss is pretty easy. Because it's just like fighting normal, well, abomination pirate, you know? Don't get hit by this beam, that's the first thing you need to know. And I need to be careful here because of my connection, as you probably can see sometimes, and my game are lagging. Holy shit. Well, that was quite easy as I said. But it is not a high level map, so I'm not going to consider this like it can do everything in the game, because I never say that about any build. I just want to say it when I know I can do it. But I haven't tried out this build in higher level maps than this one, and this is actually the second map I'm playing with this character right now. And I almost got a level, so it's going forward. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too more, so let's take a fast look at the passive skill tree. So, the passive skill tree. Actually, I'm going to take the ascendancy skill tree first. I sent it actually to a radar because I wanted some French charges, and I'm going to have some French charges I'm going to take in the skill tree. I'm going to take at least 2 in the skill tree. So that will be some French charges, and actually giving me a fair amount of damage. And I was thinking about either go for Rapid Assault and then Avatar of Curse or whatever. I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, but you're used to me saying that. But either going for this one or go for Avatar of Whale, which also seemed pretty interesting. With that 40% increased elemental damage. But I decided, maybe right, maybe wrong, I actually going to go for Avatar of Cars, I think it's called. Which increases Onslaught effect, and I pretty much like Onslaught. It's fun to be fast, but it maybe doesn't have the best effect when you're fighting bosses, so it may be a trade-off, because I don't have Onslaught against bosses, but I can actually run a Silver Flask, which will give me Onslaught, so it is fixable. And for my actual skill tree, I went for some life in the beginning, then I went for projectile damage, and attack speed, and ballistic mastery. And by the way, I have fitness, because I need some accuracy. At least for the bow I'm using, and I'm going to talk about my gear later. I have Aspect of the Eagle. Quite nice note. I went for the bow damage, and I could probably go for the crit chance with bows as well, and an attack speed. That would be quite nice as well. Some more projectile damage. I have Aspect of Link. A nice little note, give me some good stuff. Some crit chance and all that nice things. Then I have one of the new notes, which are Force of Nature, which actually allows my elemental resistance to pierce, elemental damage, to pierce some of the enemy's resistance, which are actually quite a big deal, because I do pure elemental damage. And also have Revenge of the Hunted, which are quite nice life note, and give me some damage and some protection. I have Survivalist, and I also have Heartseeker, good critical strike multiplier. Here's one of the fun things, Omen of the Winds. It's a quite nice Yule, and it's one of the new Yules, and it's actually making the AoE of this skill absolutely ridiculous. It makes the AoE so big, and when I have 1 or 2 of them, it actually gives a chance to pierce target. And using 2 of these, so I have 100% chance to pierce targets. So everything I hit, it will be pierced. So you could probably use Drill Neck in this build, and it would work pretty well. I'm gonna talk about that in just a second. So it's a really nice Yule, and it was extremely cheap, so it costs like nothing. It costs like 1 chaos or something like that when I'm trading it, and maybe you get lucky and it actually drops for you, because I don't think it's that rare. I have Heavy Draw and Deadly Draw. And I also went for Herbalism. I went for this another note here, Primal Force. Again, some Elemental Penetration, so quite nice. I also get elemental damage when I'm using a flask, so if I'm using my flask, I get even more damage. So if I'm popping this one, my Taste of Fate, which I don't think you have to have, but I just happen to have it in my stash, so I think, why not equip it? It's giving me a lot of damage. I also have Lichery, which increases my crit chance, a lot of crit chance, physical damage, and a lot of critical strike multiplier. Here coming to the fun part, one of the newer additions in the skill tree, which are Winter Spirit, which actually convert percentage of my cold damage, of my physical damage, into cold damage. So I'm doing right now 100% cold damage with my skills, and I also have Flash Freeze, which are quite awesome. I went for Thick Skin, more life again. I have Fangs of Frost, again, my cold damage penetrating resistance, which are quite nice, and a lot of increased cold damage with weapons. I have King of the Hill to get even more crit chance. I have Iron Reflexes, and I need to figure out some more things with my gear, because my gear is a little bit off, so I need to fix that to boost my survivability, and I even need more armor. And the way I'm getting back life is with the Vitality Void, which are quite awesome. And this is how I get back my mana, with this mana and life note here. I have Golem's Blood. I have another one, Omen in the Wind, down here. And I also have Fury Bolt, Art of the Gladiator, and Bravery. And as you can see, I have some life to take. I can take this life note here. I even have a life note up here. I have 2 up here. So I have some life I need to take. And one thing I need to take first when I'm leveling up are Frenzy Charges, this one. And these Frenzy Charges. It will increase my damage. So I think this is a good skill tree. But again, if you have any things you want to improve on it, please tell me, I will be happy to hear. So a quick look at my gear right now. I'm actually using a fairly expensive bow. I'm actually using a Legacy Rich of the Council, which are really expensive, but why not use a good bow? So I happen to have this bow in my stash, so I figured, well, why not use it? It's an extremely good bow. This one actually gave me the additional projectiles, as you can see. I'm firing 5 projectiles without any drawback. So I really love this bow. And then yes, defensive. I have pretty much a good amount of life in all of my gear. So, and pretty much all of my gear are defensive. I'm actually using a Belly of the Beast, which could be 5-linked, but this one isn't 5-linked. And I have my Burning Arrow in my my armor here. And I don't know why I have life gain on hit, because life leech would be a far better. I think it's something I forgot I added there, but well, why not? And I have physical projectile damage. And my main setup for Ice Shot are Ice Shot together with physical projectile attack damage, critical strike chance, weapon elemental damage, and added fire damage. And because I have added fire damage, actually if I'm critting, I will actually ignite the enemies, which are quite nice. And by the way, this is my quiver. I went for elemental damage, critical strike, multiplier, life, critical strike chance. It's actually a fairly good quiver. I actually like this. I could probably use Drill Neck, but I went for this one. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I forgot to mention something, but if I forgot to mention something, please let me know. And by all means, please let me know about my idea of my build and how you think it works. One thing I know I need to improve on it, or I need to change all of this armor gear here into dexterity based evasion gear, because of I'm using Iron Reflexes. And I also have a lot of things, well, a decent amount of things that actually increases my evasion, not my armor. So getting evasion gear instead of armor gear would actually be a lot better. And by the way, my armor right now are only 3,800, which are way too low. And I also need more life. So other than that, my crit chance right now on Ice Shot are it's a decent amount of crit chance. But again, this bow doesn't have the highest crit chance, and if I want more crit chance, I could always go up to this area here, but I decided to go down here instead. That maybe be a bad choice, I don't know, but if you know it's a better choice, please let me know. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video here, and sorry if I talked a little bit too much, but yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.